Fashionista here. Good morning. It is about 4:45 a.m. and I am at the airport. I have a 6 a.m. flight. I am headed to the ATL. All right. Got to get some things taken care of. And yeah, I wanted to jump on and speak to you guys because you know what? I hardly ever get here in time to actually sit down and do any kind of filming and talking or taping at this airport, honey. So anyway, I am getting ready to pick up my Starbucks. I'm gonna head to my gate to board, and then I'll be in the air. So I will see you guys once I get to the hot Atlanta. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, let me give y'all the update. First of all, I made it to Atlanta safely, but let me tell you about my flight. So I got an exit row seat, and I had the aisle seat. This lady and her daughter, they come on the plane, and you know they were unsure of what row was what and what side was A, B, C, D, E, F, all of that. So it helped them out. The daughter was sitting on the row with me, but she was by the window. So, you know, I was standing up so they can, get in the seats and everything. So I asked the mother, I said, well, are you in the middle seat? And she said, oh, well, no, I'm going to need you to switch seats with me so I can sit with my daughter. I said, oh, no, I paid extra to sit here. So I'm not going to do that. Yes. So then, the flight attendant ended up, seeing this exchange, and she wanted to come over and see what was going on. And so she told the lady that once everybody, boards on the plane, then we can figure out, or whether she and the flight attendant or whatever can figure out, how to make some seat adjustments. Okay. Because when she told the lady the age of the daughter, the first flight attendant said, oh, well, she's 15. She's not old enough to fly, by her. She's not old enough to fly and sit in the exit row. That's what the first lady said. So anyway, when the people came to sit on the row with the mother, that was also a mother and daughter team. And so she was trying to figure out, well, maybe the mother would want to sit, on the row that I was on, all this other stuff, holding up the folks from getting on the plane, okay? So the second flight attendant said, well, let's just wait for everybody to on board, then we will figure that out. Okay, so everybody gets on the plane. The mother is then like, well, she's trying to figure out if she could come sit next to me in our middle seat on the exit row. They said, sure, for $50. She wasn't trying to pay that, okay? So then, the lady said, we can move your daughter from the exit row and we can figure out where to place her since you're saying your priority is for y'all to sit together. She said, but your daughter is the minimum age to fly and sit in an exit row seat. So the daughter says, oh no, well that's fine. Because she wanted to stay sitting in the exit row with all that nice room. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, she held up the flight. So we ended up leaving about 10 to 11 minutes later than anticipated. But we did make it here earlier, which was great. But as you know, you get to the airport and your gate is already occupied. So although you got here earlier, you're pretty much sitting on the plane, on the taxiway, waiting to get to a gate. So that's how that went. But anyway, y'all, want to check in, made it to Atlanta safely. I'm about to go get my rental car and get on the road. So I will see you at my first stop. Hey, y'all, greetings from the Gump. I have made it to Montgomery, Alabama, y'all. So I am going to go to the Legacy Museum. This is Legacy Plaza. This is my first time coming here. Check it out. Okay. All right, y'all. I have made it to Montgomery, Alabama, and this man is going to come over here and bother me and mess up my video. Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. You can too.
Okay, y'all. So the gentleman wanted to let me know that you cannot use a selfie stick or a tripod nowhere on the property, not even outside in the area in which you see me in. Out here, isolated. But I'm gonna respect the wishes of the property, not a problem. But let me tell y'all, I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, in the Gump. and I have always wanted to go to the Legacy Museum. So I am going to check it out today, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. So let's get into it. Now, y'all, this is what the Legacy Plaza has to say in regards to, what's going on out here. And nowhere do you see anything about not using a tripod or a selfie on the outdoor property. Just want to make the point of that. But I will, follow the instructions, okay? So this is Martin Luther King. His statue is out here, and they have a prayer in the wind. They have some other statues out here too. I'm gonna try to check all of them out before I go into the inside. So check out this statue here. Let me get a little closer for you guys. Nice. So we have Rosa Parks here, and they have her sitting like on the bus, y'all. All right. So we have Mr. John Lewis here. Okay. All right. Steadfast stride toward justice. All right. The sign of the museum says, "History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again," by Maya Angelou. That's pretty nice. Y'all, let me tell you. So it's like 60 degrees here in Montgomery. Beautiful weather. It's very pretty. I have my coat on, as you can tell. And the gentleman that was telling me about the policy, I guess you can call it, of not having a tripod even in the outdoor plaza area by the parking spaces, he is out here in a suit. I'm done, y'all. Let me go inside this museum. On the outside of the building, it has from enslavement to mass incarceration, and these different images of the inmates here, and then this one lady, I forgot her name, not being allowed to go into school. Someone over here that was being hosed down with water. Just a lot going on, but I tell you what, so far I am impressed with the level of detail placed into this facility. So that's a plus, y'all.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you okay? Okay, memorial to lynching victims. Hey y'all, so I just finished my museum tour. I will tell you guys about it once I'm done with everything. They have a boat tour as well as a sculpture part that's part of the ticket. It's like $5. And so I'm gonna do that and then I'll be back. Hey y'all, I have a few minutes here. I'm at the boat dock, and so I have a 20-minute wait before I can get on the boat to go to the sculpture park. So I figured why not just go ahead and give you guys the insight on the museum while it's fresh, right? So I did not know when I went that I could not take a camera inside. Well, you can take the camera in, you can't use it. You can't take pictures or video. So I wasn't prepared for that. I would have brought like a notepad and pen to write down my thoughts, but we're gonna go off the dome. So let me tell you, I was very impressed with the museum. They really surprised me. It is very well done. And I want to tell you the top 3 things that stood out to me was, number 1, I've always heard about this place in Ghana, I think it is, where you can go to this place and they have like all of these sculpture heads or busts, if you will, of African slaves that are in the ground, right? And the way they recreated that at this museum was top tier. You go into this dark room, and it's like you're in the bowels of the ocean. And they had the gentleman that's over in Ghana create these sculpture busts, if you will, and they were placed, in sand on both sides of the room, and you walk through it, and it's dark, and it reminds you of like the ocean, the way they have the water effects going on the walls and everything. It was really good. I liked how that was done. Okay, it was done really well. They have a lot of different theaters inside of the space. Like they have a segregation theater, another one for, say for injustice or whatever. And you can just go inside, sit down and watch whatever's playing, and you can leave. That was great as well. I also they had this thing, number two, if you will. They had this situation where they had these visitor stations. Like if you were going to a prison to visit an inmate, and they had like an image of a person that was on the screen, and they had these different phones that you can pick up, and you can pick up the phone, and they'll pick up their phone on the other end, the image, and they will give you their story. And it was just heartbreaking to hear how two of the people that I listened to two men and one woman. The two men have been in prison since like 13, 14, and I think they were doing life. And they told you their story. When you're listening on that other end of the phone, right? That was interesting, and they had all kind of setups for that. Maybe about 12. Only did 3, and also they had this situation where you were kind of like going into a space and like a jail cell, and they had these like holographs of women that were singing. It was really good. They had a lot of sculptures, a lot of art was in there as well. A lot of history, on the walls, and they had a very nice reflection room. It was just really great. If you have not been to that museum, it is definitely worth the trip to check that out. I did not know that you could also do this boat ride to go to the sculpture park. So I'm actually waiting to get in line to go on the boat ride and check this out. I figured, like, why not, since I'm here. And yeah, I had a really good time. They have a restaurant inside. I haven't ate at the restaurant. It's called Panny George. It seems to be pretty good. They have a couple restaurants near the property, and they give like a discount for the Mexican one. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying my time here. The museum is excellent, and I really think that if you are really into like Black history, and I mean, take it back all the way to the Mid-Atlantic slave trade and all that. I mean, it's very thorough, very well done, very much worth the visit. I would definitely come back again to take in more. It's a lot to take in, you know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I cannot wait to do the boat ride and then see what the sculpture park is about. So I'm taking you guys with me. I'm assuming I can have my camera at least and take pictures and video at the sculpture park. So we'll see. But yes, if I didn't mention already, they do not allow pictures or video inside of the museum, and they had me check in my tripod. So I mean, no issues. Had I known, I would have kept it in the car. But we live and we learn, and guess what? Now you guys know. So it works out. So on to the next. I will see you guys probably on the boat or at the sculpture park. We'll see. Okay, here's a sculpture here. It's called the Alabama River. Well, no, this sculpture is called Allen Hauser. Okay, but we're getting ready to go on the Alabama River. All right, let's do it. That is such a beautiful view, y'all. Yes. There is the boat, y'all. This is gonna be interesting. Let me not get left.
Just as a reminder again, please no eating.
Its spring flooding rejuvenated soil for indigenous farmers who also engineered dams to fish. Indigenous peoples also used canoes to visit neighboring communities to forge trade and political ties. Indigenous communities established numerous.
Okay, so I'm at this National Monument of Freedom. So this is one of the 4 places we can take pictures and videos out here at the sculpture park. You go from the bottom up to find your surname. This is what's in the center of the monument. Free at last. Y'all, so I'm just getting back from going out to the sculpture park. So to recap, I took a boat ride on the Alabama River, and then I went to the sculpture park. Yes, went there, and the sculpture park was very, very nice. A lot of the sculptures I saw reminded me of what I saw at the Glenstone Museum when I did that vlog. Very, very nice. You could not have a tripod, which is why I had to go back to get my tripod that I had to leave at the boat location. So that worked out well. But yes, I had a really good time. Yeah, I'm about to head here to Little Donkey to grab something to eat. I was told that this restaurant is also owned by the folks who have the Legacy Museum. So let's check them out. This is nice. So this is the area. I'm good, how are you? Well, I know I want to get some chips and salsa. I've never been here before, so.
Okay, so we got red, which is like scary salsa, and then the verde is like green with orange. The same thing, but it's really tough as it goes. And then we have the habanero, which is really hot, and then the arbol, which is more smoky, chipotle kind of.
I'm gonna go with I guess the rojo. Yeah. And then I want to get a frozen margarita. I'm thinking pineapple and passion fruit. Are y'all still doing frozens? Well, it's still warm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said for how much?
$5 for happy hour.
Girl, stop. that's even better.
Right now.
If you don't have pineapple, then I would not. Well, I like mango
Okay.
or strawberry. Oh, it's really good. We're gonna do mango then. And I want to get. Let me see something. Oh, you get 2 tacos with beans and rice for $14.
Yeah, and today is our throwback Thursday taco. So that's your crunchy chicken taco with ground beef in the middle. You get 2 of those, rice and beans, for $10.
I don't want the old school. Can I get like a smoked chicken one? And can you mix them or has it be the same one for the 2?
You get one of each. But
Okay.
You want one shrimp and one chicken?
Oh, I know you guys had shrimp.
Wait, hold on. Maybe not. Wait, but individually, yes, but not.
Oh, okay. So can I get one steak and one? Y'all, my camera ran out of space. So while I was giving my order, it just stopped recording, okay? But I did order the frozen mango margarita. It came out super fast. So let me go ahead and try that with you guys. Yes, and it's just so pretty, yes. And it's on happy hour for $5 too. I like that. And I got the Rojo, can't really see it, but I got the Rojo salsa with chips. Let's try that out. Looks good. Very good flavor. A little bit of kick. So I also ordered a smoked chicken taco and a brisket taco. So that'll be coming out shortly too. So far I'm enjoying my experience. This restaurant is also owned by the people that have the Legacy Museum. And so the gentleman that I was on the bus with had a lot of great information about what they have going on here. So I will tell you all about that once I'm done eating, okay? Y'all, check out my plate, y'all. It came out so fast and it's hot. I got my rice, my black beans, my brisket taco, and my smoked chicken taco. And y'all, here is the salsa with my drink. Let's go ahead and try this out, y'all. So far, customer service has been top tier. Salsa good, drink good. We 10 out of 10 right now. Let's try my entree here. Black beans first. Okay. Got rice. Okay. We're gonna try the smoked chicken taco first, honey. I need one more bite with more meat in it. Let's try this again. Small little bone comes in there. It's good. Lots of flavor for sure. Y'all, now we're gonna try out the brisket taco. I'm excited about this. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let me get a second bite. Let me get a second bite on that brisket. Okay, here we go. The brisket is good, but it's not as flavorful as the smoked chicken. So between the two, smoked chicken is my fave. And the lady told me that they have fried chicken here, and that the fried chicken taco is good too. So I may try that next time I come. We'll see. Okay, y'all. So I just finished eating my dinner. It was good. Cannot complain. I ended up getting my folks some food too. They said the fried chicken is really good here, so I went ahead and got them a 4-piece and some sides of that. Now I'm trying to get back to my car, okay? So let me tell y'all, when I had to go back to the boat area to pick up my tripod, this gentleman who is very familiar with the establishment gave me some inside information. Did y'all know I had missed the whole site in my day's journey? So I got to come back for a part 2. And he was also telling me that they own the restaurant that I was just at, the Little Donkey, and this one called the Hero, and they opened up a hotel here. All right, y'all, I ran out of storage, okay? Then a train came by. So I'm trying to get this closed out as best I can. But what I was trying to say is that they own a hotel here called Elevation. It appears to be really nice. And there's a 5-star restaurant inside called Aya. It's a soul food restaurant, okay? Rooftop spot, everything. I got to come back and check it out. Plus, there was more to Legacy Museum than what I saw. So I got to come back to see everything else, okay? There will be a part 2 unfolding in the coming months, right? But yes, so I had a really good day. The museum was great. You know, like I said, the sculpture park reminded me of Glenstone. That's out in Maryland. Very nice. Some of the same artists, I believe. And you could not take a tripod in. Hence why I had to go back to the boat place to get my tripod. Okay. And the gentleman was telling me that they want to keep a lot of things off of TikTok, off of the social media. I guess in a way to make folks want to come to the facility in person. But honestly, I feel like if people see things, they may want to come see it in person. You know, the Glenstone is kind of that way when it comes to like their artwork, but they do have some things like out that's out in the open that you can, you know, freely take, you know, photos of. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got to give a little something to spark that interest, in my opinion. But I respect their wishes. It was a very good museum. Very, very, very surprised. And I shouldn't be that way, but I was very surprised they had that level of creativity, that level of, you know, sophistication, you know, excellence with that museum. I was pleasantly surprised, okay? But yes, y'all, if you have not been to Legacy Museum in Montgomery, Alabama, you need to check it out, okay? So, like I said, 10 out of 10 day. Little Donkey Mexican restaurant is right next to it. It was pretty good. Not like San Antonio, but that margarita was good. My chicken taco was good. Everything was pretty good. I cannot complain. Prices were excellent, okay? So anyway, y'all, I'm about to get ready to hit the road, continue my journey. If you're still here, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on my live streams. At this point, I'm live streaming on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. At this point, I have them scheduled in advance, so make sure you're following me to get those notifications. And with that, I'm about to hit the road, and I will see you guys on my next video or live stream. Bye.